I will keep this secret to my grave. Velp. This has got to be the most embarrassing thing that has ever happened to me, yet I'm the only one who knows it happened. I've never told a soul, but it's something I have been dying to share with someone and I am too embarrassed to even say it out loud, so why not do it here anonymously? Praying this does not go viral lol. I won't be giving any names because honestly I feel that if the people in this story ever came across this post they would know exactly who I am. So, I'll just start with a little context. At one point in my life, I rented a spare bedroom in my best friend's parents' home. It was a 3-bedroom house, her parents shared one, while she and her partner shared the second, and I of course had the third. This house only had one bathroom, which never really seemed to be a problem for me as I was always either working or out and about. Unfortunately, one night my luck ran out. It was about 4 a.m., and I woke up with my stomach on fire. I went to use the bathroom thinking it would be free because who the hell is up using the bathroom at that time, right? Turns out it's occupied by her dad, and I was not about to knock no matter how much of an emergency it was. I turned back to my room and I'm sitting on my bed, legs literally shaking. I thought he'd be out soon. I went from legs shaking to now pacing my room. Mind you, my stomach has now been burning for the past 15 minutes. I went to check again. It's silent, but he's still in there. I go back to my room and continue pacing. At this point, I'm looking around to see what I can use or where I could go. I'm becoming desperate. I thought about finding a spot in the backyard, but there were dogs that I knew would be too noisy jumping all over me and I didn't want to be caught mid-crap at 4 a.m. by her dad. I kept thinking and thinking like what do I do? It's now been well over 20 minutes and he's still in the bathroom. I make a desperate decision to quietly walk out the front door and look to see if there was a spot I could hide to relieve myself from this hell. I look out into the street. It's dark and scary and this wasn't the greatest neighborhood, so I decided to go behind a porch swing they had placed in the corner of their yard. I practically ran over pulling my PJs down as I go because I knew once I got there I wouldn't have a second to spare. When I tell you I have never felt such relief in my life, my God. Once I finished I cleaned myself up. Yes, I took some paper towels with me, and decided I would water it down with the hose in a couple of hours as I'm leaving for work. The last thing I wanted was for her dad to come out of the bathroom and hear the water running and find me watering his grass at 4 a.m. like some kind of spun out weirdo. I went back to bed and when it came time for me to leave for work, you guessed it, I forgot. I went to work without a care in the world, and then it hit me. I thought about it the entire freaking day, hoping and praying that no one had noticed. I kept thinking the moment I got home I would immediately spray it down and it would be over. No one would ever know. I finally arrive home from work. It's already a little past 6 p.m. I walk over to where I left the crime scene. It was gone. Mortified, I walk straight to my room. Luckily, no one was in the living room so I didn't even have to see anyone as I did my walk of shame. A few hours go by, and I get a text asking if I'd like to join a smoke sesh with my best friend and her partner. I go out to meet them on the front porch and sit on the bench next to my best friend. They're acting completely normal. We're all talking and passing this joint when all of a sudden she says, "OMG, guess what happened today?" My heart dropped. I instantly knew what she was going to say, but really no I didn't because what came out of her mouth next I never would have imagined lol. She then tells me that she and her partner had gone out to smoke on the porch swing in the front yard earlier in the day. Yes. That porch swing. She tells me that as they are smoking she is playing fetch with her dog. The dog was obsessed with squeaky toys. She got lost in conversation with her partner when she realized she hadn't seen her pup in a little while, so she starts calling her name. She looks behind the swing, and as she locked eyes on her, her dog was smelling something and before she could yell at her to get her away from it, her dog proceeds to roll in it. She flipped out and grabbed her as quickly as she could while her partner runs to grab the water hose to spray her down. Then her partner says, "Dude, something took a poop in our yard." And that poop did not smell like dog poop, it smelled like human poop. They both continue to explain to me how horrible and disgusting it smelled while I sat there with the best poker face I could make. I was dying inside. Then she says once he started to spray the dog down, it got all over her arms, while also making the hand gestures of how covered her arms were in my poop. I'm dead on the inside at this point, trying so hard not to make any suspicious expressions. They both kept saying how they have no idea what animal could have made a poop like that, all the while I sat there knowing the animal was me. It's been a few years since this has happened, and I don't think I could ever bring myself to tell her the truth. I will probably take this to my grave, but now it's off my chest.